beautiful, temperate Friday night. We welcome you to Gunn High School's homecoming game in Palo Alto, California. This is the fourth game of the Gunn Titan season and the third for the Prospect Panthers, coming from Saratoga for this matchup tonight. Both of these teams are without a W so far this season, but this is undoubtedly to change here tonight. Question is, which high school will get its first big win? MC Sports and the whole crew welcomes you to our second broadcast of Palo Alto Sports. Tonight, the Prospect Panthers, 0-2, play against the Gunn Titans, 0-3.
Okay. Is that correct? Tails, so we're going to go heads over here. Okay.
Good evening, everybody. Eric Leroy, otherwise known as Elroy, here tonight, accompanied by nobody. Hey, that's right. It's just yours truly here to give you some awesome game day coverage. It looks like we're about ready for the coin toss.
Choice this half. Come together for one more thing here.
The players are shaking hands here tonight in Palo Alto. It is a rather cold September night, but we have all gathered here with our warm clothing, expecting a great matchup, as both of these teams have similar records. It will be a competitive game tonight. You know, I've talked about this before, but both high school teams in this city have lost a tremendous amount of talent as seniors took off last year.
Gunn alma mater, Emily Libertor, Sandrine Bontemps.
For example, the Titans lost Guzman and a couple other seniors to the colleges. It definitely had an impact on this young varsity team. As it is, juniors outnumber seniors nearly 2-1 on the Gunn High School team. Shinichi Hirano is a brand new coach. In fact, they seem to be switching coaches all the time here in Palo Alto. I think, though, that when you look at their last 3 games, where their opponents scored over 90 points in total, you have to wonder how important experience is. How important is it to have older players? We all know how much a year can make a difference, especially amongst young men. How much weaker physically is this team in comparison to the competition? When you look out there, you can tell that most of these guys have been playing football since a young age. I don't think I'm exaggerating when I say all of the training and progress made comes down to games like these. Your season is 0-3. Can you turn that around? And most importantly, can you play great football? They need to put their heads into the game here tonight. I mean, it's one thing to lose to San Mateo 43-6, which is a fairly good team, but this is Prospect. For the Gunn Titans, they haven't. For the Gunn Titans, this is a winnable game. And unfortunately, also for the Prospect Panthers. So, it's an even matchup.
My grandmother, because when I was walking with
Thank you, everyone, and let's play some football.
What a beautiful singing of the anthem here tonight in Palo Alto. If you're just joining us, this is MC Sports and the whole crew. Welcome you once again to our second broadcast of Palo Alto Sports. We've got a great game for you tonight. The Titans are playing the Panthers. As I've said before, both of these teams are very evenly matched, and it should be a very competitive game. It seems to me that most high school games are either blowouts or high scoring games. You know, looking at these two teams today, I think there'll be points marked, but I think that they'll stay together. I don't think we're going to have a situation where there will be too many touchdowns in between both of these teams, because looking at both of these teams, they just look very evenly matched. I mean, if you look at their records right now, the Prospect Panthers are 0-2, and the Titans are 0-3. And so both of these teams are trying to get their first win here tonight.
It's not even cold. It is cold inside.
So we got players coming out on the field, getting ready to kick the ball and receive it. The Titans will be kicking off the ball on the 40-yard line.
Sorry, I'm broke. Give me your money. Didn't sign up for a yard. Give me your money. I'm literally.
Guy Kaznick will be attempting to put this one far.
It's not warm, I promise. Oh, it's high school. Okay. Give me $5.
There was the whistle, and we're off. Booming kick downfield. Returned by number 28. He's going. He's going. He's finally taken down at the, looks like the 34. It almost looked like he was going to break through there. A great run to start off this game. Ball is indeed on the 34-yard line. And the first play of the game, as the Panthers try to set up their first offensive drive here tonight in Palo Alto, California. I have to say, I'm thrilled by the excitement here tonight. The booths are packed, and the bands are playing great music, so it's definitely a great night. All right, first play, we have a running play by number 52 running to the 40-yard line.
Gain of 5 on the play, second down.
So that is a 5-yard gain. That puts us at 2nd and 5. Excuse me, I meant to say number 52 made that run. And 7, there's a flag on the play. 7 continues to push his way forward. Pollard gets a nice gain there, but there is a flag on the play. All right, there's a holding play on the offense. So that will push their offensive drive back a couple of yards here. 10 yards back, which seems to drop them on the 30. So the offense, 1st and 14. Committing these stupid penalty errors, bringing them back, unfortunately, for them. A short pass to number 21 brings the ball at the 38. which brings up third down.
And then you get hit in the stomach, so then you like that, and then I hit you in the Yes, actually I had on it. Oh my god.
Ooh, the ball is snapped and dropped. Recovered immediately by number 11. That's going to put the ball on the 34, and the punting team comes out.
You know what I'm thinking when I saw these?
Before this, G.
A high kick. The fair catch is waived. The ball will be spotted on the 19-yard line. So nothing going on there for the Prospect Panthers on their first offensive drive. Now the Titans get a chance to add some excitement to this game. Not much of a effective defensive effort by the Titans. They really got lucky there with the penalties and the fumbles. All right, here we go, the Titans. Noah Riley, incomplete pass to number 15. Force Larson can't hold on to it. Ball, the throw was a little bit low. Noah Riley hands it off to the running back. Tackled almost immediately. Looks like he might get at least 1 yard. And that brings up third down. Not too much progress either here for the Titans. I expect to see some kind of a throwing play here. We haven't seen too much of that so far. Noah Riley tosses it to number 13, who continues to run, and he walks out of bounds. I don't think that's going to be enough for a first down now. Actually, no, he manages to pull it off. Just barely gets the first down. That was much needed as they were deep in their territory and now are starting to approach midfield. So far, the Titans offense has been lots of running plays, although they haven't called many plays yet. We'll have to see how this develops. First down here.
Thanks, Sal. You know what a senior want.
You do it. Woo!
Or not. Looks like I was actually right. There was a miscommunication here. It was actually not a first down. That was a fourth down. And so therefore the punting team came out. And that punt was out of bounds at what appears to be the 31. So the Panther offense now will take over as we are about halfway through the first quarter here in Palo Alto. And the quarterback snaps the ball and fumbles it. Looks like he jumped on it. There's a pile, though. No. The Titans recover the ball miraculously. Now, I must say that really didn't look like he had recovered the ball, but somehow he jumped on it and got it before the quarterback could correct his mistake as he drops the ball after the snap. Well, that was a short-lived drive. Now the Titans come on the field in offense with great field positioning. Deep pass to number 88, and it is overthrown. You know, Guy Kaznick is a big playmaker for these Titans. I've heard a lot of good things about him. A lot of people think he's one of the most talented players on the team. You know, I was talking to some Gunn students the other day, and they were really wishing he would get the ball more often. I guess what we're seeing here is he is getting the ball, but the throws are completely off. That was way too far. Noah Riley needs to do a better job of throwing the ball to his wide receivers and not out of bounds. Noah Riley to hand off to number 13, who breaks three. He breaks free, but is tripped at the 10-yard line and lands a little bit further. A fantastic run, bringing up first down. You know, now they are definitely, these Titans are in a position to score. They have looked very effective today. I think there will be a change on the scoreboard coming here soon, folks. Timeout called on the Titans. Calling a timeout here.
Oh, wow, that's changing.
All right, and they're taking the field again here. In the huddle, the Titans are now plotting their end zone entrance, if there is one. Noah Riley behind. There seems to be another timeout called here. Not exactly sure why all of these timeouts are being called. Looks like there might have been some confusion on the Panther side. Well, these Titans looking pretty impressive so far, getting really good field positioning after recovering a fumble. A really effective fumble recovery, by the way. It was not easy. Not easy at all, but he got his entire body around it, and they gave it to him. And so now this sets up this this almost first and goal situation here. Looks like we'll finally get a play after 2 timeout delays. Noah Riley steps back and throws. Oh, gosh. That was a terrible throw by Noah Riley right into coverage. Number 10 wrapped his hands around it and then dropped it. It was very, very close to an interception. That would have been an awful way to start out this drive after the timeout. Noah Riley hands off to number 13, who is tackled almost immediately. Sean Lidster not going anywhere with that play. I feel as if they need to be a little bit less obvious about their play calling here tonight, folks. They're making it way too simple for the defense, who is, tell you the truth, reading their plays pretty well here. Putting lots of men where you need to put them, and stopping the running game. And that brings up third down here. Lister,
Hey guys.
draw play. Oh, never mind. And number 15 gets in. Forrest Larson with the first touchdown for the Titans. Wow, that play even confused me. It was indeed a handoff right into the end zone, coming from the right. And that brings the score here tonight, 6-0. What a great play. Who saw that coming? I thought they were going to throw it for sure. All right, and the extra point is good. 7-0 here, folks, at Gunn High School in their very own stadium. Gunn High School recently having some construction and some new buildings popping up here. Their new gym can fit 2,000 folks, which is pretty amazing. 2-story building. How many gyms do you know that are 2 stories, right? It's pretty cool. And a brief murmur here in the crowd as people are starting to get excited here as their Titans lead, which is exciting for a team that has lost so many games so far this season. And they set up for the kick. And Guy Kaznick kicks the ball in the backfield, which will bring up the touchback. The Titans coach, Sichi Hirano, this is his first year here, so he is new. Navarro was their coach last year, and heck, Gunn had its best season in nearly a decade last year, winning 7 games out of 10. They hadn't won so many games since 2009. All right, and the Panther offense here to retaliate. Angel Guillen throwing to number 28 on the left. Breaks the tackle and pushes forward for what looks like a couple hard-earned yards.
And the pass is complete to number 28, Daniel Newsom, tackled by number 13, Sean Lidster.
Sean Lipster getting that tackle there. Much needed indeed because he was breaking the tackles before. And that'll put the ball here tonight at the 26 for a second down play. Jen Guillen hands off to number 52, who's breaking more tackles, pushing forward. It's a pile up, but that is going to be good for a first down. On the left side, running hard, Torrey Gunn.
First down in the run.
Yeah, that was just my dad. Produce the president. They're right there. Eric, Eli.
And another throw. Little throws to the side here is what we've been seeing from the Panthers. And it seems to have been so far this drive.
Second down.
You know, it's always good to get those first downs, even if you're doing it slowly with those 2-3 yard gains. It makes you feel like forward progress is only going to happen more, and makes you also feel like that big play is coming. Handoff, and this time it will go nowhere as Gunn is brought down almost immediately.
Now 1 yard remaining on number 52. Tackled by a plethora of Gunn defenders. Minimal gain on play. Third down.
And that will bring up third down here. Will they convert? That is the question. Just barely 3 minutes left in this half. In this quarter. The score is 7-0. Titans. And here we go. Julian waiting for the snap. He steps back and throws to nobody, it seemed. I don't know who he was looking for that time, but he threw it nowhere. Or maybe he was just throwing it away. I don't understand why he did that. You know, a quarterback needs to have, one thing a quarterback needs to have, okay, you can have a good arm, but if you don't have good vision, you're going to seriously lack precision. And what I've seen here from this quarterback from the Panthers is, we've seen a lot of running plays, so that's not a good sign for the quarterback. That throw was awful, though. In the center, there were no wide receivers there. It's hard to even say who he was trying to get it to. Right, fourth down, and it looks like they're going to go for it, but then a timeout was called, so maybe they'll change their minds and bring out the punting team. I'm being told that they were trying to get the defense to jump. And I don't think that was very successful. Man, what a beautiful night here. We've been having some serious wind here in Palo Alto, and it seems to have calmed down for this Friday night game. Nobody likes playing football when it's windy, right? So here we are. It is a still night, cold, but bearable. In California, we get weather that we can't exactly complain about, so we'll take what we can get. And I think we've been pretty fortunate here tonight so far. All right, so it is fourth down, and they're going to punt it. And the punt flies up, number 13 to return. Calls a fair catch. And that will be spotted at the 20.
And the punt is touched down by number 52 at the 20-yard
20-yard line.
One ball.
Indeed. So that puts them fairly deep in their territory, but could have been worse. They've got 80 yards to go now. The Titans return. The offensive team returns to the field for their next drive here. Let's see if they can extend their lead and make this a two-possession game. Now Riley with the snap, handed off to number 13, to number 80, to number 13, who breaks free for a major run. Sean Libster
by number 52.
Looks like he got at least 20 yards running to the left on that play.
First down, Titans.
Undoubtedly, the Titans have had amazing success here tonight running the ball. The defensive effort from the Panthers, the Prospect Panthers, they need to tighten up their defense. Because here we go again, another handoff to Lidster. Or no, to Larson this time,
And a run to the right side
who gets
by
another
number
good amount of
15,
yardage.
Bubba Larson, tackled by number 51, Angelo Petit.
And we have seen some big running plays so far here in this drive. Really, there seems to be no stop to what this Titan offense can do in the running game against this team here. And a quick huddle. 2nd and 4. One man in the back. Handed off to Sean Lidster, who runs to the side and gains a few yards. Looks like
And the ball is made off by 15.
Looks like a first down.
Tackled by number 10, Clark Dodger. First down on the play.
So how's that? They haven't seen a 3rd down yet this drive. Now that is some good football playing on one side. I have to say here, folks, this stadium is packed. All right. A handoff again to number 15, who jumps up and lands on the 30-yard line. He'll probably get it at the 29.
And a handoff to the right side by number 15, Bubba Larson. Tripped up by number 11, Marcus Jones. 2nd down and 5.
And that was a 5-yard gain by Forrest Larson, who is showing us his talent here. That was his 2nd carry of this drive. Noah Riley to number 13, Sean Lidster, for some tough yardage to the left. But still, not much stopping going on here for the Prospect Panthers, who are having trouble shutting down this run game. And the Gunn Titans are now, starting from the 20-yard line, are now on the 24. And that'll be a first down. Riley snaps the ball, handed off to Forrest Larson, who does his thing once again, pushing forward for a couple more yards. Once again, not stopped. These linebackers here on the Panthers team are obviously not learning from their mistakes, because we are seeing constant running plays, and it just hasn't been shut down. And that will be the end of our first quarter here tonight, folks. Some great football, starting out with a touchdown after a fumble recovery. And not too much offense coming from the Prospect Panthers, who have not thrown the ball very well and have rushed okay. But at this point, there's going to need to be a change in momentum.
End of the first quarter.
And so the teams are strategizing here, and the cheerleaders dancing at the end of our first quarter of play. Fairly low scoring so far, 7-0 Titans, if you are just joining us. This is our second broadcast, actually. My name is Eric Leroy, otherwise known as Elroy, broadcasting for you. And I must say I'm having a pretty good time, and I think a lot of the folks around me are as well. Especially on this side of the field, where the score is currently 7 points. And I should also mention 0 on the other side, right? And so the second quarter is about to start as the Titans get the ball with really great field positioning. Quick handoff. To Forrest, who was getting up pretty slowly there. Actually, that was Max Shue actually ran the ball. They both have 5s at the end of their jerseys. And he looked a little shooken up there, but I think he's exiting the field. He exited the field looking all right on his own, so nothing serious. And that brings up 3rd and 1. 1 more yard. Let's see the running game. Number 12 to 15. This time I'll get it right. Forrest Larson for the first down. And they are measuring it just to make sure. Looks like they're gonna give it. Yes, I think so. 1st and 10. And the Titans continue to make the plays when they need to be made. And so that brings them where they are now. And great field positioning. Handoff to Larson. No, Lidster, who crumbles almost immediately. You know, I've seen a lot of success here on the outside, running on the outside. I think they should run some more outside running plays because, I mean, I feel like the Prospect Panthers at this point, folks, are figuring out the inside running game. Although the carries are pretty well balanced here between Sean Lister and Forrest Larson. Whoa, the ball is snapped and given immediately to Sean Lidster. Unfortunately, the play was a little bit long, and the defense was able to get to him immediately as the handoff was made. And so that will be a loss of a couple, which will bring up 3rd and 11. So now we'll get to see the wide receivers, hopefully. And we'll get to see Guy Kasnick do his thing. Or not. They decided to run it. Don't exactly understand the play calling there. Maybe there was just Sean Lipster runs the ball to the right. I don't really understand the play calling there. Maybe there's just there's no trust in the quarterback to make a play, because now I believe that's going to bring up 4th down. And I feel like they should have thrown it there. I don't really understand that play call. You don't want to run the ball when you're down 11 yards.
Yes, they
All
are.
right, so here we go. The field goal attempt now from about 15 yards. I'm sorry, more like 25 yards. And Kasnick will make this field goal, and it is a fake. Kasnick steps up, breaks a tackle, but he's going nowhere, folks. The fake field goal collapses. They got a couple of yards.
Number 88, Guy Kasnick, transfer cover, running to the outside.
They got 2 or 3 yards there. But that fake play was figured out pretty quickly and ended. And so that will put the Prospect Panthers in control of the ball now for the first time in the second quarter. Angel Guillen waiting for the snap. Takes the ball up and he throws to his receiver, number 28, who breaks the tackle and slips and falls on the 35.
And a screen pass to the outside, caught by number 28, Daniel Newson.
Daniel Newson making the play that time.
First down on the play.
Now that was a great play, I have to say. Throwing the ball to the right and left has been, they haven't gotten any scores yet, but it has been pretty successful so far. They've got players that can make catches. Now we just have to see if this quarterback can make throws. And the ball is snapped. Another throw to the left. Number 28 breaks free. And he goes, but he's taken down at the 30. Daniel Newson with a huge play. Not only catching the ball for at least 5 yards, but running at least 15.
Tackled by number 19, Matt Braden, after a large gain. First down.
That was a large gain there, folks. Bringing up 1st and 10 on the 32. Evidently, they need to have some, the safety needs to be watching out for those outside throwing plays from now on, because that's what they've been calling every play, so. All right, Angel Guillen with the snap. It's a little bit low. Handoff to number 2, who is destroyed, but at least gets 1 yard. Excuse me, I meant to say 52.
Minimal gain on the play, second down.
So 52 with a 1 yard run. And 2nd and 9 now, after a 1 yard gain and run. The ball is snapped. Looks back, and we have a sack. At least 3 players were involved in that sack. So it's just a major pileup on the quarterback there. It looks like the entire line just broke on the Panthers side.
Streaming into the backfield, tackling the quarterback for a huge loss.
That blitz was very effective indeed. Comes to say a lot. Derek Sweet is the only player on the Titans with a recorded sack for that occurred. This defense needs to start asserting itself, and there you go. 2nd sack of the season. And again, another blitz. Thrown quickly to 24. He breaks a couple tackles and moves forward, almost back to where the previous line of scrimmage was. On 2nd down. The screen pass to number 21.
4th down.
However, that brings up 4th and 9. Great job by the Titans defense stopping that drive. This is when it really counted. Because now they are in a position to get the ball, because the Panthers will go for it on 4th and 5. I assume thinking the field goal to being a little bit long. And the snap is made. Deep pass on the floor. Incomplete pass to number 24, who can't hold on to it. One thing I'm seeing from Anjay Gunn, this quarterback, is throws that are honestly a little bit too low. It's almost like the ball is hitting the grass or the turf here. I don't think this is real grass. It is hitting the turf before his wide receiver's hands. So in this case, the ball needs to be thrown higher. Otherwise, that would have been a great play. The ball was in the right place, just didn't have the right altitude. And the Gunn Titans get the ball again this quarter. Let's see if they can make it a two-possession game. And the quarterback hands it off, stumbles and falls. He's all right, though. And I believe they're going to mark it as a fumble. So, unfortunately for the Titans, disaster as the Panthers recover the ball. And that is just unfortunate, because now that gives them an entire 4 set down. The ball is snapped, handed off to 21, who breaks, tackles again, goes for at least 9. Another great run to the left. Number 21, Kevin Moon. Well, can you believe this guy, Kevin Moon? I think he's going to have a great game. This is reminding me of the Saratoga game when he surprised us, putting up 186 yards on the board and making a big touchdown run. The defense needs to keep a better eye on this guy, I think. All right, here we go. We have a snap. The quarterback throws deep, and it is caught by number 30. And that is a touchdown for the Prospect Panthers. Sam Palermo getting the big touchdown throw to the center, where I'd assume Gunn was not expecting him because the throw was straight and Sam was not moving when he caught it. So there was no difference. And that will put us, I believe, at 7-7 unless they try something here, which they might. Oh. Looks like there is a timeout of some sort called by the Panthers. If I were the Titans at this point, I would really watch out for Kevin Moon, who once again I think is going to have a great game, as he has this season. I think that he's capable of doing some serious damage, and the defense really needs to keep an eye on this guy. And they're lining up now for the extra point, which, if successful, will put this game at a tied score. A low-scoring game so far, surprising enough for a high school game. Only the second scoring drive of this game, ending now as the kick is right in the middle, folks. That'll put the score at 7-7. We have a tied game with 5:38 remaining on the clock. There's still lots of time, folks, for big plays. We'll see if those big plays happen on the offense or the defense. Once again, though, we are seeing a pretty solid defensive effort on both of these teams. One team forcing a touchdown fumble, and the other doing exactly the same thing. Both of the scoring drives were as a result of fumbles. If I were the coach of either one of these teams at this point, in the locker room when we're drawing up plays, I would be like, you know what, guys, we need to hold on to the ball because that's what's costing us touchdowns. Had the Titans held on to that fumble, this would not have happened, or at least happened so soon here in the second quarter of play. So the Prospect Panthers set to kick off. So far we've seen a lot of very successful kicks. And this one is a squib, or an onside kick. Looked to be a squib for a while, but an onside kick. Surprising play for this early in the game. You know, sometimes these teams, they want to call a surprising play to try to throw the other team off, and I think that was a good try. Unfortunately, it did not fool the Titans, and fortunately for the Titans, it didn't, because had a recovery happened there, that would have been bad news, especially with the success of Moon in the last drive. All right. So the Titans have pretty good field coverage here. They hand off and don't go anywhere. Sean Lipster going down pretty fast there for a loss.
Quick reminder for anyone who is thirsty, please go out and buy cheerleaders, water bottles,
All right, so now we have 2nd and 11, just 1 yard loss. Handoff to what looks like.
And a run by Sean Lipster.
No, Sean Lipster getting the ball.
4 yards. He is met by a wall of Panther defenders.
Not giving it as much to Jared Gill. And that'll bring up 3rd and 7. And the clock continues to tick as this drive might come to an end if a play is not made. We have a handoff to number 13, who is thrown back pretty violently, unfortunately, for Sean Lipster.
To number 13, Sean Lipster. And as he bounces to the outside, he is tackled for a loss by number 11.
That's really too bad when you get negative yardage on a 3rd down play. It just seems to me that this new coach, has very little amount of trust for his wide receivers, running the ball on 3rd down. All right, here we go. We have a 4th down punt. He's almost blocked, but once again, a booming kick return. Number 28, who is running around, but is brought down, grabbed by the leg.
By number 88, Guy Kasnick.
Guy Kasnick making that tackle.
Returned by number 23, Devin Brown. And a beautiful tackle.
As I've said, Guy Kasnick just might be the Titans' greatest weapon that they have here, but unfortunately, football is a team sport. A good wide receiver can only play a part in the construction of a good and effective offense and defensive effort, as most of these players who play on offense also play on defense. All right, and Prospect lines up for its next drive here. We have a throw to the left once again. Caught by number 28.
Slant to the right side.
Daniel Newsom, who has been amazing this game, not incompleting a pass. We'll give us 4 yards to go. Another deep pass once again to Newsom, who gets the 1st down for the Panthers. So we've seen a lot more throwing production here on the Prospect Panthers, who have had success finally throwing the ball. And the ball is snapped. A sharp throw to number 21, who catches the ball easily and runs to the 46. I'm sorry, the 44. These Titans need to watch out because these plays are going to start showing up on the scoreboard soon if they can't stop this offense. Another sack would be really nice. And the ball is snapped. Nearly tipped off and dropped. Number 21 drops the ball.
Broken up by number 13, Sean Lipster.
Sean Lipster getting in there once again for breaking up that pass. That was really interesting, folks. We had a player jump up and nearly touch the ball. Wonder what would have happened had he touched the ball. Perhaps an interception? Fortunately, he missed it by a little bit. All right, here we go now. We have 2nd and 10. Nothing going on with that last throw. And we have 2 flags thrown in the play. Might have been some false start there.
Got a dead ball. Snap infraction. White. Replay 2.
A snap infraction on the offense, which will bring the ball back 5 yards. So the referees are getting their flags here, and that will bring us to 2nd and 15, which is very good news for the Titans. Now these Panthers is definitely not the first time that they've got a penalty so far. They need to not be making mistakes. It's just going to ruin their drive here with they trying to establish deep pass here after the snap is incomplete as the defender knocks it away. And it looks like we have a player that is injured on the Prospect Panthers. And I think he's injured his hand. He is not up, folks. This may be bad. Oh, that would be unfortunate. This game was so much fun to watch. And this kind of stuff is not fun to watch, folks. Not at all. Hopefully he'll be able to stand up. You know, we might have a concussion of some sort here because I don't see his head moving. All right, he's getting up. He's getting up. We got some legs. All right. Number 21 is back up. Looks like he might have just gotten shooken up there. He's walking away very slowly, though. I doubt we'll see any more of Kevin Moon tonight. So that brings us now to 3rd and 15 after the penalty and incomplete pass. All right, the ball is snapped. A deep booming pass downfield, and it is. I can't tell. Was that caught? The referees are ruling incomplete. That would have been a huge play. I can't believe he dropped it. It really did look like he had it. I have to give some props here to the Prospect Panthers quarterback. That was a perfect. That was a perfect throw by the quarterback. We'll be closing up soon here for our miniature halftime show, it looks like, here in just 2 minutes, so stay tuned. It will be fun. And 4th and 15 here, we have the punting team coming out. The kick is very, very high. It drops down. Looks like nobody could see it. Number 55 grabs onto it and is, before he could gather his senses, thrown to the floor. which is often the case.
And a short punt is caught by number 55, Corey Gunn.
One thing that's very difficult to do in football is to run and also be aware of where the football is. Now, this is often the case with wide receivers, but sometimes in the special teams department, when the ball is flying up, nobody knows where it is. And that was the case. It looked like only the kicker knew where the ball was going, as everybody was looking everywhere. But somebody did eventually get it and was pummeled. And so the Titans get what looks to be like their last drive to end this half. Noah Riley snaps the ball, hands it off to Sean Lipster, who breaks the tackles and runs and runs. He goes. That's a touchdown, Titans! Longest run of the night. Now that's what I'm talking about, folks. The Titans score once again.
And after breaking multiple tackles and dancing down the sideline, Sean Lichter runs it in for a touchdown!
Sean Lipster making
64-yard
a
touchdown
64-yard
run.
touchdown run, dodging all of the defense that was in his way. And that looks like that play looks like it just might put the Titans up at the half, which I think is really important. And it looks like the extra point is good. So
And the extra point is good after a great
the
kick
Titans
and
are
ball
once
passing.
again in the
With
lead
1 minute and 51 seconds
for the second
left
time
in the
tonight.
half. Your Gunn Titans with 14 points. The Prospect Panthers with 7.
Sean Lipster, man, he is a MVP for this Titans team. Through my communication with Gunn students, there's a lot of hype about this guy, and they like him a lot. And, quote from a friend that I know, he's good. So, man of few words, but he's good. So I'd imagine that he is indeed good. And he's proved that here tonight, folks, getting a huge touchdown run. And that will put us at 14-7. Gunn leading by 7 points. And this Gunn team has struggled this season and previous seasons. This year they've struggled immensely. Of yardage.
Let's go, let's go!
Game very interesting play, folks. That looked like the Magic City Miracle, which, by the way, is a play called by the Titans every once in a while. The actual Tennessee Titans, not the Gunn Titans, in which the ball is received after the kickoff and then tossed very far to the left, where there are no defenders, and then that player on the left runs all the way home for the home run. It has worked a couple of times, actually winning a huge playoff game against the Bills a long, long time ago. But that play, Magic City Miracle or not, brings the Panthers almost to half field. A throw to 24 by the Panthers on first down, breaks a tackle, continues to go and runs out of bounds for a 20-some-yard gain. Looks like the Panthers have been angered by Lipster and the Titans because they are coming out fighting. There seems to be a drive here, a drive that is driving this drive. Because I don't think these Panthers want to go into the locker rooms losing this game. And if you're watching this game with me, I'm sure you'd agree with me. Okay, here we go. We have another pass to the left, number 28, with another option to the left, which has been super successful here tonight for the Panthers, who have seen immense production from their throwing game. I have to say, one thing that this defense needs to really focus on during practice is making sure that they are not only taking care of the backfield, but also the field that is close to them. Because this quarterback is just, here we go, another throw. The ball was snapped and thrown in the exact same place for similar yardage, once again, to number 28, who is racking up major yardage, and that puts the Panthers in great field position deep in Titans territory. And a timeout is called before the half, which is in 1 minute and 15 seconds. This game here, folks, is exciting, to say the least.
Now making a special guest appearance for a call. The Gunn announcer for the past 3 years, Sean Park.
There are few games that are this close at half. And it looks like, I hate to be a pessimist because I do happen to like the Titans a little bit, but if this continues, we just might have a 14-14 score at half, which would lead to a very, very exciting third and fourth quarter. Or perhaps a exciting third quarter. And so the Titans are coming back after the timeout. After the Titan out. And the Prospect Panthers getting ready to snap the ball, hand off to their running back, who collapses almost immediately for no gain, or at least maybe 1 yard, actually, come to think of it. Looks like he might have gotten at least 1 yard there. And that will bring up a third down situation here, which could mean the difference between a 14-10 lead or a 14-14 score if they decide to make a field goal. The ball is snapped, thrown, and touchdown, Panthers. To Daniel Newson once again. Folks, Daniel Newson is having a huge game. That drive, he got nearly every pass that was thrown his way. And not only did he make the reception, he ran with the ball afterwards. Folks, this is the kind of football that the Titans are falling apart towards, because if this ball continues to get thrown to the same guy and there's absolutely no effort being made to stop this guy, it's not going to be good. And the extra point is good. And so it looks like we might just have a tie game at half. Must I remind you that this is high school football, and we do not usually see tie games at half. And so we get to have a very, very exciting football game. Looks like maybe even till the end. Who will win their first win? As both of these teams have not won a football game this season. The Gunn Titans having a new coach this year for the fourth or fifth time in this last decade, which is crazy. The Palo Alto Vikings, also that play in the same city, have had Hansen, who is an old coach for at least 40 years. Yet these Titans are switching coaches. Seems to be a yearly habit, almost. And I don't think that's a very good thing for this team. They need to find a committed coach, if you ask me. Anyways, we are back for the reception. Lipster back to receive this punt. Kickoff. Lipster catches the ball and runs. He breaks a tackle and continues. Something went loose. Maybe a face mask flew out. Someone lost a glove. A shoe. Huh. How do you lose a shoe? Gotta make sure it's tighter because I don't want shoes flying around. And so a run that looked like it was going to fall apart pretty early actually turned out to be pretty successful, as the Titans get pretty good field positioning, although they only have a couple seconds left on the clock. A handoff here to number 15, who runs to the left, trying to stiff arm his way, but Panthers are everywhere. And he finally collapses with the football in his hand, although nobody actually landed on him.
He can only be taken down by a multitude of defenders. Gain of 2 on the play.
You got to give him some credit. He had at least 4 or 5 guys on him that time. They were all trying to do the exact same thing, throw this guy down. And he only came down after at least 5 or 6 seconds of that happening. That's pretty amazing. That takes some strength, folks. All right, here we go. The second down with the clock winding down. Number 12 hands off, and he goes down, the running back, for a 4-yard gain, looks like. And the half is, no, a timeout is called. 4 seconds on the clock. The Titans are going to use a timeout here, obviously, as they are going to try to make one last big play here. Now, this is the entertainment value, folks. We've seen a lot of running plays and repetitive plays, but it's these kind of situations that really bring out the all-star players. These are the kind of situations where it's gonna come down to a couple of players here on the Titans offense making a big play. Now, I say a couple because it's got to be communication between a wide receiver that's going to get thrown to this play, unless they decide they're just going to half-fast it and run it. I'm hoping that they're going to throw it. A quarterback, and then the lineman taking care of their quarterback. And if all of these things connect, we might see a score change before the half. And so here we go. The snap is made. Number 12 backs off a short pass to number 13, and that will end the half as he is forced out of bounds. A flag is on the play. And that is halftime, folks. All right, folks. My name is Eric Leroy. I am very glad to be hosting this game for you guys. I'm having a lot of fun. I don't know about you guys, but this has been an amazing game here tonight. We've had 4 touchdowns here tonight, evenly spread out, 14-14. Now, I mentioned that this game was going to be very, very close, but I could not imagine that this game would be 14-14 close. That is unimaginably close here for a high school game. We have 2 more quarters to play coming up after the half, and that will determine who will get their first win here tonight. As these teams walk off here into their respective camps to discuss strategies and get ready for the half that will determine the win, we get to see here, hands up in the air, celebrating and chanting. And so I'm going to pass it off now to recap, I believe, or something. And I guess I will be back for the second half, which I am super excited to watch because these teams have been pretty even so even that they seem to be committing the exact same mistakes, the same fumbles that are resulting in the same touchdowns. Great kicks on both sides, and a fun game to watch and a fun game to commentary. My name is Eric Leroy, signing off. Thanks for listening and watching our broadcast, our second broadcast. Goodbye, and I'll be back very soon for the second half of the Gunn Titans against the Prospect Panthers. The score currently is 14-14.
And here come the Gunn 2013 Homecoming Floats. And here comes the freshman float. The freshman float captures the theme of Turn the Page quite literally, by depicting a book. The book represents a student's journey traveling through high school, through the yellow brick road, traveling through the beach and pirate-themed pages. Very good float by the freshman. And here comes the sophomore's float. Leave the world of muggles and embark on a dangerous adventure with the sophomore class into the world of magic. Take a seat and buckle up in the flying car as we take in the captivating world of Harry Potter, filled with mysterious train stations, Dementors, Horcruxes, wands, spells, and especially the deadly Whomping Willow. Wow, what an interesting float by the sophomores. And here comes the juniors float. Back in black, the juniors have adopted the classic tale of the Arabian Nights into a sight to remember. As the doors of the palace swing open, Aladdin comes out on a magic carpet while a genie rises. Do not. And what a classy float by the juniors. And here comes the seniors float. An open book stands on the backdrop as a nod to our overall homecoming theme. Throughout the pages pour waves that set the scene to our Odyssey-inspired float. In front of the book site sits a small ancient Greek vessel. Surrounding the edges are two walls of waves, one of which moves continuously in a circular fashion to mimic real-life swells. A third set of waves, sitting behind the first two in the right next to the ship, breaks down to reveal the gigantic torso of Poseidon, wielding his trident as if to strike the boat. Go XIV! And what a spectacular float by the seniors. You wish you were a senior. And here comes your first homecoming court couple, Nina Campbell and Michael Chen. Nina's favorite memory of homecoming was her first day of homecoming when she did the tug of war. But Michael Chen is an outgoing and caring person. And next, coming down the aisle, are Cadence Lee and Manu Nunjeevan. Cadence Lee's most memorable moment at Gunn was the first time she lost a wrestling match in high school. It was a home meet, senior night, and the intensity level was high. However, after a few critical mistakes led to her losing the match. Afterwards, she felt a mix of rage, frustration, and despair. For Manu, his most memorable memory at Gunn was attending his first Model UN conference in Davis sophomore year. Before this, he had failed to take advantage of the plethora of opportunities Gunn had to offer and had kept isolated from the school and its myriad of student organizations. Joining MUN had allowed him to meet new people and have a lot of fun. Up next are Sean Lichter and Arena Kamiya. Some of Arena's accomplishments are that she has been a 4-year Air Bands team coordinator. She has been a 4-year member of the Titanettes, a Gunn varsity dance team, and she has qualified for the Jams Dance Nationals and United Spirit Association. Sean has a multitude of accomplishments, including being a 4-year varsity track and field athlete, track and field MVP 2012 and 2013, and a 4-year varsity wrestler. He also is a varsity football player from 2011 to 2013 and was an all-league running back. Next up, we have Hope Schroeder and Justice Tension. Hope's accomplishments include a 4-year member of Henry M. Gunn High School's Model UN Club. She has also been on the Oracle staff, the yearbook staff for 2 years. She's also ASB Secretary for 2012 to 2013 school year, as the ASB yearbook representative from the 2013 to the 2014 school year. Justice has many accomplishments, including being the ASB Student Body President. He is also, last year, was the ASB Diversity Commissioner and is the copy editor of the yearbook. He is also the Youth Community Service, or YCS, co-president and is a varsity cross-country athlete. Let's hear a big round of applause for both of them. Last but not least, we have Antonio and Janet. Janet is currently the senior class president, and last year served as the junior class vice president. She is the YCS Interactor of the Year and won the Science Department Award in 2011 and 2012. She competed at a rowing club nationals in 2013. Antonio is a varsity cross-country athlete and has done 4 years of Model UN. He's also ASB Human Relations Commissioner and is a proud third trombone in the award-winning Gunn Symphonic Band Ensemble. Let's hear a big round of applause for both of them. And now the winners. Can I please get a drum roll? And the winner is Michael Chen. And now for the homecoming queen. Drum roll, please. And the homecoming queen is Cadence Lee. Can we get one more round of applause for all of our contestants?
Sports, this is sports. this doesn't fit.
Go back down. They're going to need you more over there. I'll take care of that. Yeah.
Wait, are you getting any questions?
We're so low on staff. I feel like it would be better if you were over there helping them out.
Was it interview mic? Are you gonna do an interview?
Yeah, but that's not going to be my job to plan. I got the game to do.
White will be kicking from the clock.
Eric is here. Welcome back to the game tonight, folks. We are about to wrap up here halftime at Gunn High School. And this has been a great game. If you are just joining us now, you have missed out some serious action because the score is 14-14. And we have seen 2 touchdowns on both sides. And so this game is even. And you could perhaps argue as well that the game is evenly matched as well. This is the MC Sports broadcast, our second one of ever, actually. This is our second broadcast. Our first was the Palo Alto game against San Benito, and this is now our second here in the other Palo Alto High School, Gunn High School, that is. And we are about to see, I think, some great football and a great game. So this time around, the Titans will get the first try at offensive production. So there's that for our Titan fans. I am stationed here in the Titan side of the field, and I have to say some folks here are standing up because there is no room left to sit. It is packed. We have a lot of Titan fans here to see what they think will be the first victory. There was a lot of excitement at halftime, a lot of cheering as floats passed by, cheerleaders danced, and people seem to be having a really good time. As am I. All right, so we have the Panthers that are warming up here. Getting back on the field are the Titans as we resume tonight's broadcast. My name, by the way, is Eric Leroy, otherwise known as Elroy. And I am very happy to be here to broadcast this game. I have had a lot of fun, as I hope most of you at home or live streaming us here tonight are also having, as we see the exciting half conclusion to this football game here tonight in Palo Alto. There have been a lot of interesting calls in this football game that I think have made it really quite interesting. We have seen fake field goals. We have seen touchdown resulting drives due to fumble recoveries. We have seen, oh, here's the best one. We got to see a onside kick in the middle of the second quarter for whatever reason, as the Panthers tried to confuse the Titans. This game has been fairly low scoring, I have to say. Nevertheless, very interesting and fun to watch. All right, and the Titans now are in position to receive the ball, as Kaznick is stepping backwards. with his hands on his thighs, anticipating a reception.
Prospect pick off the 40-yard line.
And Prospect is
Back to return.
getting the ball ready as our second half is about to kick off here in Palo Alto. And the kick is off, a squib kick, received by number 25. As soon as he catches it, bulldozed over by, I believe, number 52.
And a short kick recovered by number 25, Max Chu. He's smashed by a multitude of Panther defenders.
I have to say,
47-yard line. 42-yard line.
that's quite interesting. We were just talking about how the Panthers seem to enjoy tricking their opponents in special teams. Titans have read these fake kick, squib, offside stuff very well. Handoff here by the Titans to their running back, who is thrown backwards. The Titans were having some serious success, I have to say, in the first quarter of play, running the ball. This is not we seem to have a injury on the play of some sort. Number 13 is getting up slowly, Sean Libster. And he's one of their most important players.
And a run to the left side by number 13, Sean Lister. He's stopped in the backfield by number 27.
He needs to stay healthy because, let's face it, folks, without Sean Libster, these Titans are in a tight position. As they are now, as the score is tied, and it is 2nd and 13. Handoff to number 15, who bulldozes forward, Forrest Larson, who is getting a lot more play time than he has previously.
And a run by number 13, Sean Lister to the right side. He's tackled by number 32, Chance Sparkman.
Number 32 making the tackle. We haven't given too much credit here to this Panther defense, but I have to say, they have looked very good since the first quarter. They have made tackles. They have not let players slip, except for that one play that resulted in a touchdown. This defense has obviously learned its lesson here, and the running game seems not to be working so well for the Titans as they begin to snap the ball here. A handoff to number 13, who is unable to get very much yardage.
And a bounce to the outside by number 13, Sean Lister. After picking up a couple of yards, he's tackled by a multitude of Panther defenders.
And that'll bring up first down for the Panthers. Or I'm sorry, that'll bring up 4th down for the Titans as they punt. So the Titans punting the ball here. Received by number 28, who fumbles the ball, grabs onto it with his fingers and manages to pull it up.
And a soaring punt by number 88, Guy Kaznick.
Hold on,
Punt is muffed by number 24.
we might have had a fumble.
But is then recovered. The ball is spotted at the 10-yard line.
I'm sorry, folks. Looks like we actually had a fumble on the play. He must have grabbed it with his fingers and dropped it again of some sort because the ball came flying out of the pile of guys. Or not, actually. No, I was right. Oh, the fumble was indeed recovered. Yeah, okay. I was getting confused. The announcer was saying something else. All right, here we go. The Panthers with a running play that is not working out too well here for them. Running up the left
He's stopped by a wall of Gunn defenders.
for no yardage. I expect more throws to Daniel Newton. Man, that guy has been successful tonight, folks. He's going to go, even if this team loses, he's going to go home happy because that one drive was amazing. All right, we have a play here that was knocked incomplete. The intended receiver was Tarnell Pollard,
27, Marcus
who we haven't talked about all too much,
And the pass is broken up by number 29, Michael Ward.
as this quarterback hasn't thrown too often to his tight ends. So that brings up 3rd and 9.
Watch out and up, Sean. Get over the top. Get over the top, Sean.
The quarterback snaps the ball and has nowhere to go as the defense smacks him down. You know, one of the things about quarterbacks in any football situation, if you get to his hand, the ball is not going to go where he wants the ball to go. And this defense understands that. Even if you grab a leg and throw him off, he'll throw the ball and it will not go where he wants it to go. And that is great for if you're a defensive player. All right, and so now we have the punt coming here from the Panthers, which flies up not very far, bounces around a little bit. And the fair catch is waved for. The ball will be spotted on the 47. Talk about good field positioning here. The Titans have had some fortune here tonight, shaking up the offense, causing problems for the Panthers, who are now actually going to pay for it, I would say, because the Titans are already on their side of the field after the punt return. The ball is snapped, handed off to number 13, who breaks through. This is a touchdown, folks. He gets it. Touchdown, Sean Lipster. He's in the backfield. He's got it, folks. He's got it. That's huge. Huge touchdown.
We got to hold 6 feet black. Bring it back.
Oh, no way. No. There's a flag. There's a flag on the play, folks.
6-0.
Looks like
Yeah.
call on the field is not currently clear to me. I'm being told that there was a holding call of some sort. So it appears that they will negate that last play. In fact, they're going backwards.
We got a hold on the offense.
A hold on the
We're
offense.
going to replay one.
Now, if you're a Titan fan or a Titan coach, you're pulling your hair out right now. One stupid penalty probably just cost. I think the Titans could have had this game had they successfully made that play. Now I'm not so sure, because they are back, folks. They are back in the 40. A deep throw here to number 80, and he misses the catch. It slips right through his hands. He needs to do a better job at making sure that his hands are closed when he's making a reception. We haven't heard much of Sherrod Miller, but he just needs to be more aware of what his body is doing in correlation to what the football is doing. Now, if I'm the quarterback here, if I'm Noah Riley, I'm gonna be throwing to Guy Kaznick from now on, because that throw should have been caught. And now that sets up a 2nd and long situation that is not good for the Titans. All right, the ball is snapped, handed off to number 13, who hops with 1 foot and lands directly onto the 40 for a very short gain.
Run by number 13, Sean Litster. As he bounces to the outside, he breaks a couple of tackles and slides forward.
The Titans still have about 20 to go until they have successfully crossed and made the situation a first down. Turned the situation into a first down. And so that brings up 3rd and long here. The ball is snapped, handed off to number 15, who fights for yardage, but is unable to break through.
Draw to number 15, Bubba Larson.
I'm thinking that this coach here, Shinichi
Tackled by number 52.
Hirano, he seems to want his players to run the ball no matter what. So here comes the punt now. There have been many punts today. As I've said before the half started, this game has been pretty low scoring actually. We have seen a lot of punts. Now this punt has been superb, folks. This punt has to be one of the greatest punts I have seen tonight. This punt flied and landed on about the 10 and bounced to at least the 2-yard line. I think they're actually going to spot it on the 1. Basically on the half-yard line. Folks, this is great if you're a Titans fan. Because remember, the Titans have gotten sacks tonight. So, safety possibility. If I'm a player on the Titans right now, I want to make sure that I am covering the sides because I think that there's going to be a short pass to the left here. I don't think they're going to risk running it. Or they might. All right. The crowd's getting loud here. The ball is snapped. The quarterback sneaks. And I don't think he went anywhere with that play. Maybe a yard or 2.
By number 5, Angel Guion. Gained 1 yard on the play.
1 yard. 1 yard. So they did in fact try to run it. This is dangerous football right here for sure, though. You have to be careful in these situations. And the ball is getting ready to get snapped. 2nd and 9. Deep in their own territory. Handed off. And he does manage to make it
And a run to the left side.
to, it looks like the 5.
By number 2.
Unfortunately, doesn't look like
multiple Gunn defenders.
the Titans are going to get 2 points this drive, but I don't think this play is going anywhere, folks. So the Titans might get really good field positioning anyways on an offensive drive. We'll see what happens here. It's 3rd and 6. The Panthers look tired and slowed down. And the quarterback snaps it. He grabs it and runs. He's running. And he's pushed out at the 25. Angel Guillen wakes up his team. You got to really watch out for this quarterback. Actually, quarterbacks in the league in general nowadays, it seems to be the thing to run with your quarterback. Fortunately, you usually wind up with an injured quarterback between you and me when you decide to do that. But it can be a really great way to throw off a defense, especially as young as this defense. As I've mentioned, I mentioned this in the beginning of the game, as I've mentioned, this team has twice as many juniors as it does seniors. So to put that in perspective, this team is young, folks, and lost a lot of its talent last year. And this quarterback is huge. All right, the quarterback snaps the ball. He's looking deep, and he throws to number 7.
Pass is incomplete. Intended for number 7.
Tarnell Pollard, who is unable to hold on to it. He's got to make those kind of catches because that was a pretty good throw. Now I was just talking about this quarterback here, this Angel Guillen. This guy is tall, folks. I didn't actually realize how tall he was until I took a really good look at him in comparison to the rest of his team. And I feel like oftentimes in these kind of high school games, a tall quarterback is good because, well, making tackles is tough, especially for some of these smaller players. So the sacks happen less often. Right now it is 2nd and 10 after the incomplete pass. Number 28 goes in motion. Number 5 trying to QB sneak again. Oh no, he throws it. It was caught and then it exploded out of his hands.
Intended for number 28.
Number 28. We haven't talked about Daniel Newsom in a while.
By number 19, Matt Braden, after he tears down number 28.
And a holding has been called
Play.
on the offense. So not only was that an incomplete pass, but the ball is moving backwards. Talk about penalties. Non-stop here for the Panthers tonight. Hate to see this turn into to ref ball, but the only conclusion that you can come at here is that this team here, the Panthers, might be sacrificing a victory tonight because of all of the penalties that they've committed. This has been at least the 4th tonight. 2nd and 10, moved backwards. The Panthers get ready to snap the ball. It is quickly handed off to a very fast number 21, who gets the first down, coming out of nowhere. Now, that was an effective running play. Confused the defense for sure. They got lucky it didn't turn into a bigger play. Well, I was talking about the possibility for this team, the Titans, to have good field positioning, but you know, the Panthers are pulling through here. They're making something out of this drive and wasting a ton of time on the clock. This 3rd quarter might go scoreless, and it looks like a timeout is called. The Panthers are calling a timeout. Prospect Panthers calling a timeout here. Coached by Mike Suarez, who so far is having a pretty bad season. Panthers haven't won a game yet. Coming from Prospect High School. Prospect High School having interesting architecture. Their high school has a very New Mexican flavor.
You gotta stay on your feet.
Very rectangular, squared buildings.
Stay on your feet.
Very beautiful
Okay,
campus, by
you'll
the
make
way.
a play. Okay, come on, let's make a big stop here, you guys. Okay, 42. Let's do it, you guys. Hear that, Zach? Run.
So after the timeout, both teams are coming out now. The read wide receivers on the right side. This might be a big play or a big nothing. As the Panthers begin their 3rd and 3, I don't think they're going to run it. The snap is made. Deep pass or not. Short pass.
The pass is incomplete. Intended for number 28, Daniel Newsom.
Number 42 knocks it away.
By number 19, Matt
It treats
Braden.
Sweat.
4th and 4.
Guy treats Sweet. Wonder how he pronounces his last name. I'd very much like to know. Anyways, this Treats, we'll call him Sweat, is before this game was the only defensive player to record a sack.
Number 13, Sean Lichter. And
So
number
the
8,
drive
Matt
is
back to the
ended
punt.
a little bit later than I think the Titans would have wanted, but ended nevertheless. The punt is up. Whoa, it lands. That was incredible. Looked to me like that punt landed right on top of number 52,
Down to the
and it just
26-yard
might have
line.
bounced on his helmet. Talk about accuracy. So that kick now puts the Titans on the 26 in their own territory. The snap is made. Noah Riley backing up, throwing the ball, which is caught by one of his tight ends. Actually, no, it was caught by his running back. Forrest Larson gets the ball.
Screen pass number 15, Bubba Larson.
This defense is putting a lot of pressure on
By number 30, Sam Palermo.
on Noah Riley.
Gain on the play.
And I'm not seeing the Titans making plays anymore that are confusing the Panthers. And the blitz calls on the Panthers side seem to be very effective. So that brings us to 2nd and 11 after the completion results in negative yardage. The ball is snapped. A flag is up in the air. So it looks to me like there was some infraction of some sort.
Delay of game on the offense. 5-yard penalty.
And that's going to push the Titans back 5 yards. All right, and the snap is about to happen here. Noah Riley hands off to number 13 that blasts forward, Sean Libster.
And a run to the left side by number 13, Sean Lister. After finding a hole and breaking multiple tackles.
I was talking about, how this team is kind of new. Noah Riley, he joined varsity this year. He's a new guy.
Gain of 8 on the play.
I think that he is actually very good. I think that he has a lot of potential. What he needs to do, though, is I think he needs to explore his options in the pocket a little bit more. I think he needs to move around a little bit. He's staying a little bit too close to his lineman. I want to see this Noah Riley back up and bomb it. Make a huge play. We haven't seen very many big plays here from the Titans. All right, the snap is off. A run. Number 13 gassing it again. Breaking tackles, continuing. He's going far, folks. He's going to the 47 at least.
And a run to the right side by number 13, Sean Lister. After breaking multiple
Sean
tackles,
Lister.
he finally is taken down by number 24,
Man.
Jeremy Calkin.
What a game he's had.
First down, Titans.
Now, Sean Libster is the exact kind of senior talent that you expect out of a football team that expects to win games. Handoff. This time to the other running back, Forrest Larson.
And a run up the gut by number 15, Bubba Larson. After smashing through multiple defenders, he is finally taken down by number 52.
I think Forrest Larson is probably, I have to say, one of the players that has improved the most this season. And a timeout has been called. So, got a little break here. Oh, that's the end of the third quarter.
The score is tied.
Never mind.
14-all.
No timeout at all. It's just the end of the third quarter.
Please, Gunn.
I was getting so into it, I didn't even notice the clock.
Announcing the floor results for homecoming 2K13.
Folks, no scores in the third quarter. So, this means we will have an entertaining fourth quarter for sure. And maybe even overtime.
We have the freshman! Just a reminder, this is close. In third place, we have...
Why are you the boom mic now?
The juniors!
It's getting loud here, folks. as this Gunn High School celebrates. As players run around. I believe that they are celebrating their class Spirit Week. Ah, indeed. Which would explain why we saw so many floats. And we have, looks like we have the homecoming Queen and King passing by. Right back to the game. All right. Number 13, fighting for yardage. Sean Lidster.
A run to the right side by number 13, Sean Litzer. And after breaking multiple tackles, he is finally taken down by number 10, Tariq Abdaja.
There are a lot of distracting things going on here tonight, folks. We have seen people running around, cheering, loud noises. The band was here. It's hard to focus on this football game. Alas, here we are. 1st and 10, the Titans on their opponents. 37. A running play to the 15, to the 15. And he is tackled, not going anywhere.
And a run to the left side by number 15, Bubba Larson. Taken down to the line of scrimmage by number 10.
It's interesting how this offense divides running plays between Forrest Larson and Sean Libster. Reminds me a little bit of what the Colts are doing with Trent, who they recently acquired. And we have a handoff to number 13 again, Sean Lidster, for more yardage. Hey, so we would just like to remind you guys what we do and who we are. We are the Media Center, MC Sports, and this broadcast would have been impossible without the amazing crew that we have here tonight. And we would like to thank them. And we would like to invite you, the users and the watchers and the streamers online. If you ever want to get interested and involved in such things, there's plenty of great information on our website. So please do check us out. Once again, MC Sports, bringing you great high school Palo Alto coverage. All right, handoff to number 15 again.
And a run through a huge hole for number 15,
Forrest Larson.
But is quickly filled by number 52, the Panther defender.
So that brings up 3rd and 3.
First down on the play.
Boy, what a great night. What a great way to spend a Friday night, let me tell you. I don't think it gets much better than this, being someone who loves to watch football. And so now the Titans, they got a first down here with that last run. Sean Lidster getting thrown down pretty violently there in the backfield. The Titans haven't thrown the ball in a while.
But he's quickly thrown down by number 52 of the Panthers team.
Which is a little bit disappointing, but understandable because they have a young quarterback. I really want to see Guy Kaznick get more throws though, because this guy is capable. I mean, if you look at this guy, he's big, he's fast. He can make plays. All right, the ball is snapped, handed off to Forrest once again, who gets 3 or 4 yards. Now, Looking around, I really think this crowd is dying for some for a touchdown or a score, because this crowd is I think dying to cheer.
3rd and 7 on the Panthers' 25-yard line.
Something that Gunn has had trouble with recently, losing all their games. Not much cheering going on. I was here for the game before this one, the junior varsity, which was an absolute blowout, folks, in which the Prospect Panthers won by over 40 points. Well, wouldn't that be interesting if Gunn now in varsity was able to beat the Prospect Panthers and show them who's boss after losing in junior varsity? All right. We got discussion going on as a timeout was called. Forrest Larson with his helmet off. Coaches are discussing here their game plan. Fingers are being pointed. Fingers are shaking. And we have our Titan mascot who is crossing here. Not exactly sure. I'm guessing that that is supposed to be their rendition of a Titan. And here we go, 3rd and 7. This is a big play, folks. Let's see what happens. Fake throw, bomb, number 80 cannot make the pass.
And the pass is incomplete. Intended for number 80, Sherrod Miller. Going right through his fingertips. It is...
Man, Sherrod Miller.
It is 4th and 7.
You know, it wasn't really his fault that time. I have to say the coverage was really great. That was a tough catch to make. Unfortunately, when you throw into coverage,
get loud.
Sometimes your wide receivers just, you know, they aren't ready for it. Because a lot of wide receivers, they assume you'll throw to them when they're not in coverage.
Guys, that was really weak. Let's get louder. Get louder!
And the announcer is screaming for the Titans to be loud as this big play happens here. There's 2 flags on the play.
Flags on the play.
A catch was made to number 42. Let's see. Looks like there's a penalty on the Titans. A legal shift. Well, that's dumb.
Illegal.
And the Gunn offense will exit the field.
Penalty on the offense.
Let me tell you, that's an embarrassing way to leave. As a coach, I think I might have maybe tried to move the ball up, get a field goal, because that way you're winning. So now what you have a situation now where you have the Prospect Panthers who haven't been all that bad with the ball. And they have the opportunity to win this game as we are 7 minutes into the 4th quarter, just about, a little bit over. So let's see how this happens here. We have Angel Guillen with the snap getting ready. He gets the ball. We have a deep pass that is intercepted. Interception number 88. Your very own Guy Kasnick. And what a great player Guy Kasnick is. He's been pretty quiet recently in this game, but man, he comes fighting. Now that is the kind of play that you want your defense to make in this kind of a situation, folks. That is huge. I have to say, I'm pretty impressed. I did not expect the Titans to stop that offensive production so quickly, especially with the arm. With the arm that Angel Gunn put behind that pass. I thought it was going somewhere, not to a defensive player. All right, we have a handoff to number 13. Forrest Larson, Sean Lidster.
Is immediately met by a wall of defenders.
You know, at this point, folks, I think the smart thing to do is to approach the ball with running plays and see what happens. And then go for maybe a field goal. We seem to have an injury on the play of some sort. Maybe just maybe he's shooken up. Though it looks like he might have hurt his knee. The crowd has gone quiet. And let me tell you, that's something, because this is one heck of a big crowd. The turn up here is great. But this injury, not so much. It looks pretty bad. And we've had a couple hits, couple shake-ups. But it looks like he legitimately damaged his knee this time.
Okay. We'll send it to the white side, so we'll go H trips left, and this is full. Okay, you understand?
It's like the coaches are coming to check this one out.
I told you to make sure you seal all the linemen. You're stepping hard to the left. Okay, again.
Oh, let's go.
Okay.
Field.
Really is too bad when these kind of things happen, especially in the red zone. But he's coming up, our Sean Lidster. He's coming up. What a great game Sean Lidster has had. As I've said multiple times tonight, and I can't stress it enough, this guy has been amazing. And the amount of effort he puts into his game.
Let's go, run it.
And you know, I hate to say this, but sometimes it's the guys that get the injuries that are putting in the most effort. Because those guys are, they're there to win. And they'll put their bodies through what needs to happen in order for that to happen. And you know what? The Titans are in scoring position right now as they begin 2nd and 9. A quick handoff.
And a run to the left side by number 15.
Forrest Larson making a big play.
Finally taken down by number 11, DeMarcus Jones.
Not end zone quality, but in the 10-yard line quality.
Come on, Titan fans. We're in the red zone. It's a tie game, and it's the 4th quarter. Get loud.
Folks, it's time to get excited here because it is a tie game, 14-14, and the Titans are in scoring position. And the clock continues to wind down. If you're a Titans fan, you like how this is looking so far. A beautiful interception followed by a drive. Here we go. The ball is snapped. A flag is up. Number 15 runs in. He gets it. Touchdown and a flag. Who is that flag on? That is the question. Forrest Larson. Oh, we have an illegal shift, folks. That'll negate Forrest Larson's touchdown run and instead push the Titans backwards. This crowd is on their feet as this game winds down. So the kind of plays that are important. So after the illegal shift call, they're going to replay the down. And so here we go. Noah Riley to snap the ball. He gets it. He hands it off once again to Forrest, who is unable to redo what he did previously.
He's immediately met by number 30.
But
Sam
he's still got some good
Palermo.
yardage.
Gain of 3 on the play.
4 yards.
2nd and goal from the 7-yard line.
2nd and goal now on the 7-yard line. We'll see if they decide to run it more. Forced to get a carry, no.
And a run to the right side by number 15, Bubba Larson.
Forced
He's
again.
met by number 73, Diego Posada. Correction, number 25, Jeremy Cocker.
Folks, I am on my feet here. This is it. 3rd and 6. 14-14. 5 minutes left in the game. And a handoff to number 15. He runs and is piled down on, I think, the 4.
And a run up the middle by number 15, Bubba Larson.
Forrest Larson, although
3-yard gain on the play. 4th
not
and 4.
having huge gains, has had success nevertheless. And so now it is 4th and 4, and this could be the game-winning field goal, folks. Number 18 to hold the ball,
Number 88, Guy Kaznick, set to kick the field
and
goal.
Kaznick to make this game a lead. And the field goal is blocked.
Fumble on the play. Turnover on downs at the 4-yard line.
And results in a fumble. Folks, that is a disaster.
Prospect takes over at the 10-yard line.
One of the things you notice is how much trouble high school teams seem to have with making successful special team plays and also successful field goal and extra point attempts. Seems to be a reoccurring problem for a lot of teams. Now, that was the game-winning field goal, and it didn't even go in the air. All right, a pass to number 25 once again. A fumble. Recovered by the Titans.
Fumble on the play, recovered by your Gunn Titans.
This is great. Two consecutive plays for these Panthers and 2 consecutive turnovers.
Ball spotted
This
at the 27-yard
offense
line.
is,
Titans ball.
I mean, you can't blame a specific person. This entire offense is falling apart. I mean, you have a fumble from your quarterback and then a fumble from your wide receiver. Daniel Newsom fumbles the ball. Daniel Newsom had a ton of success
Quick note,
previously.
We will be announcing homecoming results in the next break.
Not now.
So get ready.
So after the fumble, the Titans get the ball. Handoff to Forrest.
Run to the right side by number 25, Max Chu. Tackled immediately by number 2,
Heck,
Damon Aceta.
looks like these Titans might get maybe a second opportunity at a field goal kick. And this time the clock is even more run down as we
82 yards,
approach
second
the
and 8.
2-minute warning coming up soon. The Titans rush after the huddle. 2 in the backfield. The snap is made, fumble, recovered by the quarterback,
And number
thankfully.
52 bursts into the backfield to force a fumble. Luckily, it is recovered by your
Noah
Titans.
Riley
Noah Riley.
saves his own mistake from perhaps costing the game.
Loss of 8 on the play. 3rd and 15.
Often when you watch these kind of close games, you have to ask yourself, what if? What if the defense had recovered that football? Would the score have changed at the end? And these are things that make football interesting, isn't it? All right, so here we go now. We have 3rd and 15. A handoff to number 15, folks. He is free. He's breaking free, but he's thrown out of bounds. You know, this kid has good feet, all right? I mean, he goes, the original call of the play was to head left, and he heads left and then heads right. And it takes a lot of speed and a lot of good footwork in order to pull off something like that, folks.
Again, just a reminder, at the next break in play, we will be announcing homecoming results.
Looks like they're going to wind the clock down here and wait for the 2-minute warning. As the score is still 14-14, Gunn Titans against the Prospect Panthers, tied. Now, I hate to say that I was right, but I did say in the beginning this would be a close game.
And now for your 2013
Can you get any closer than this?
I'm going to have to do this fast before the football starts again. So in 4th place, you have the freshman!
It looks like we get to see some cheerleaders.
11,100 points. In 3rd place, with 13,550 points, you have the sophomores!
Dancing and cheering.
In 2nd place, with 13,800 points, you have...
Although I would assume
8 swing.
that these cheerleaders must be
Fullback.
quite
Okay,
cold.
fullback for us. Okay, you're going away from the tight end. We got basically protection on both
Close to
sides.
freezing myself.
Center,
It is getting cold here this late September night as we approach.
Let's go, guys, right here.
It's unfortunate they can't have these games when it's really hot because, well, sure, it'd be more fun to cheer.
Back to the game, everybody. It's a really close one. 14 all with one. 44
In any case, back to the football game here.
4th and 10.
It is 4th
And they are going for it.
and
This is
10.
literally the game, guys.
This is the game. Handoff. Or no, he's backing up. Deep throw. Batted away. Incomplete pass.
Intended for number 13, Sean Lister.
Sean Lipster almost won the game.
Sam Palermo.
Unfortunately, the Panthers knew exactly what was going to happen and had 2 guys on them.
Panthers ball.
And when you're a wide receiver and you're guarded by 2 guys, and they are both falling on you and you're trying to make a catch, you got to be superhuman to make that one. And that gives us 1 minute and 42 seconds left on the clock for this next drive, which might be the last one. Now, I am not entirely sure if the overtime rules have changed since last year. We'll have to see how it's done if it comes down to that. Anyways, the Panthers now with their drive here. Fumble, the quarterback drops the snap.
Fumble on the play, recovered by...
The Titans recover yet another fumble. Folks, we have seen
Recovered by the Titans!
so many fumbles today. A sloppy game for the Panthers.
25-yard line.
One thing we haven't talked about is the other side of the field, the Panthers and their parents, and man, does it look dark and quiet over there after that fumble again, as their quarterback can't hold on to the snap. Now, I don't exactly know if it was the snap quality or just his hands. The ball just collapsed onto the floor and disaster. Titans with the ball, handoff to 13, who breaks free. He goes to the left, he continues, he goes.
And around to the left side by number 13, Sean Lister. After cutting to the outside multiple times,
Sean
making multiple
Lipster,
tackles,
folks.
He's finally down at the 5-yard line.
Now that is the play that might have just decided this game. Folks, I believe if the Titans score a touchdown, the Panthers will be forced to throw almost every one of their plays on the next drive, because we are about 1 minute here. In any case, the Titans here now on the 5-yard line. The snap is made, run, 15 brought down. Short. Number 15, Forrest Larson, who has played a huge part in this game, getting a touchdown that was refuted a couple minutes ago. And a timeout is called. Now this game has really been all over the place. One thing for sure though is this game has stayed in about the same location for 10 plus minutes here, as fumbles and missed field goals and missed field goal. I think missed field goals is a overstatement. A missed field goal is when the ball goes up into the air, folks. When you can't even get the kick, that's a disaster field goal, aka a fumble. So after Gunn High School fails to operate their field goals, and the Titans fail to operate their hands, the Titans have the ball, and they are very close, folks. I am looking around me, and I would say 90% of the Titan fans are on their feet right now, and all eyes are on this football team, as it is second down and 3 to go with 50 seconds left on the clock. If there's no defensive stop here, I think the Titans might win this game. And the Titans snap the ball. And
And a run up the middle by number 13,
he's short.
Sean Lipster.
Sean Lipster is short with his run.
By a wall.
He almost made it.
By a wall of prospect defenders. Timeout on the field.
And that will bring out
3 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
the field goal
14-all.
team. This will be about a 10-yard field goal. A little bit more than that. Yeah, about 20 yards.
Wide side again, we're going to go. And we're
Now, with 43 seconds on the play, this field goal is missed. I'm gonna have to estimate that the Prospect Panthers will not score, judging by the fact that they haven't had very many big plays, and I just don't see it happening. Although it might, going 99 yards in 40 seconds, but if this field goal is missed, I think we're going into overtime, whatever that means. We'll keep you updated on what that means if this field goal is missed. And it looks like they're gonna not kick a field goal. Number 15, he's in. Touchdown, Titans. Forrest runs it in. I was all prepared for a field goal, but no, they run it in. I think that's a smart decision by the coach. I mean, you watch your field goal team basically just collapse, right? Your field goal, it doesn't even go up into the air, right? And you decide, you know what, we're just gonna go for it because they're not gonna have a chance anyways. And so that puts us at 20-14, and the extra point is good.
Bringing the score to a square. 21 for your Gunn Titans. With 14 for Prospect.
All right, folks. That puts us at 21-14 Titans.
34 seconds left of the game.
In order for the Panthers to win this game, they are going to need to execute an amazing amount of pass plays. And they're going to have to use their timeouts. But even then, folks, this team has 34 seconds and a history of not having
Let's go!
throwing plays.
Let's go! Let's
that have been deep. I mean, we've seen a lot of throwing plays from this team. Don't get me wrong, but we have seen a lot of these throwing plays have just been to the right and left. Will they be able to execute a deep pass? That's the question here. I mean, if these Panthers have any chance of winning, that's the question. Can they execute a deep pass? And if they try anything else, they're going to run out of time. All right, so here we have number 88, who caught an interception earlier, prepared to kick off the ball. The Panthers moving backwards, number 28 to receive. He collapses on his own. Well, would you look at that? Looks like the Panthers have plus 90 yards to cross.
Yard line, downing the ball there. With 34 seconds left, the Titans.
You are all about to witness, it would appear, the Titans' first victory of the season, as the score is 21-14, and the Panthers are running very low on morale, I would assume. They're going into huddle. We're going to have a couple fun-to-watch plays for sure, I'd assume. This is where the Gunn defense needs to prepare for the deep pass. The ball is snapped. Number 5, quickly. And it is fumbled. The wide receiver fumbles the ball. And it is recovered by the Titans. Folks, this is awesome if you are a Titans fan, because that just ended the game. But before we jump ahead of ourselves, looks like the refs are talking about whether or not that was a fumble. The wide receiver, it's not exactly sure if he had the ball. They're going to rule it a fumble, though, so.
First down, Titans.
The Titans come out in offense. And I'd expect some clock management. And the Titans' first win, 21-14. You know, this coach has to be really disappointed with his team, because they had a productive first half. And I was thinking honestly that the Panthers were a better team. I don't know if it's the cold. I don't know if it's not being at home. I don't know if it's this loud crowd that's all standing up. But the Panthers have fumbled the ball, lost the ball, and made bad choices with penalties, stuff that has ruined their game. And now the Titans have the ball on the 5, and they're up 7. So Noah Riley takes a knee. And the game is over. Gunn wins. And what a great game it's been from the beginning to the end. This has been an exciting game, folks. An exciting game. And what it leaves us with is a happy crowd. Nothing better than that, right?
Thank you all for coming out to the homecoming game. Congratulations again to Kingsley and Michael Chen and to the whole Gunn squad.
This is a really nice. I have to say, this having a team that's wearing white and a team that's wearing black, that's a really nice contrast. It's kind of like a yin-yang thing, because they also have the blue and red, too. So it's like polar opposite colors. It's pretty cool, actually. Okay, folks, I'm very glad that you will all be able to join me here tonight, whether at home or live stream. If you're watching us on Monday, the Titans managed to win their first game of the season tonight as they defeat the Prospect Panthers 21-14. And are these Titans happy? Look at them. They haven't won a game for a while, much too long, getting destroyed in a lot of their games. Finally, a major victory. And this is big. This could be the momentum shift that they were waiting for. Turn this season around. Because let me tell you, going 0-4 would have been really too bad. And so now they are not without a win. Hey, so I'd like to take a quick moment to thank our volunteer crew. We took a moment to talk a little bit about what we do in, I believe, the third quarter. But I'd like to thank our staff that showed up here tonight. We had a limited crew. We struggled with we had some technical difficulties, but you know what? I think we pulled off a pretty great show here tonight, and I'm really proud of everybody, and also I'm also very proud of myself. Watching this football field, I think a lot of people are very proud of how this football game turned out, and this football team. People look really happy, and I'm very happy. I had a pretty great night, great football game. I'd like to take a quick moment to thank our director, Brian Sotnick, our graphic engineer, Mookie Krishneen, our camera and crew operators, Patty Tall, Noah Gordon, John Alley. Once again, not much would ever happen, not much could happen had we not these great volunteer, because this is a volunteer thing. Nobody's getting paid, as far as I know. So this is a volunteer thing. So people just, we give our time to do this coverage. And now it looks like we're going to do some interviews. So I'm going to take off. Once again, this has been Palo Alto Gunn football here, brought to you by the Media Center Sports crew. And this is our second game that we've done here. And the final score is 21-14. Titans. This has been Eric Leroy, a.k.a. Elroy. Have a great night. Thank you.
Hey, great for you tonight. Wonderful season.
This is probably the greatest feeling I've ever felt in high school. Senior season, homecoming. We had a really tough, preseason going 0-3, but coming back with all the fans, we all practiced hard this week. This is probably the greatest feeling I've ever felt.
Awesome. Thank you very much.